I started working on the farm when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I didn't quite enjoy it as much as I do now. I was doing much harder jobs. I had a shovel in my hand. I was out sweating in the sun. But as I got older, I started to appreciate it more. And then obviously when I came out of college, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. My dad asked me if I wanted to come on the farm. I told him I'd give it a go, and I really fell in love with it. So we farm out in Tonify, Arizona. There's actually a valley out here called Harquahela Valley. We control and lease about 10,000 acres, but due to water cuts, we're down to farming about 4,800 acres. We've been out here since 2011. Up until about 2 or 3 years ago, our two main crops were alfalfa and cotton, and in the last 2 years, we've gone strictly to alfalfa. I mean, the biggest challenge in Arizona has always been the water. There's just never enough water to farm everything how you want to farm it, which is why we're trying to do everything we can with it and plant every acre we can, save every gallon we can with things like drip irrigation and much more efficient irrigation systems. On this farm, we have 450 acres set on 38-inch centers. Conventionally, most people go with either 40s or 80s, but we went with 38-inch spacing, just due to the fact that it's 2 inches closer to avoid trying to get that water across. Having 2 inches less, you have to cross it. We've got that. We've got Netafim filters, Netafim pressure reducing valves, and the whole system front to back is Netafim. We've had a great relationship with Netafim in the last couple of years. I mean, I think it's a great company. Obviously, they have a great product. On the support side, there's nothing that we have to worry about that we know can't get fixed with Netafim, and that's been great. The subsurface drip has done nothing but help us and help the crop. We use less water, we use less fertilizer, we use less labor, and it's easier to manage. So on our alfalfa, conventionally, we would use about 7 to 8 acre foot on conventional flood irrigation. On our drip, we use about 6 acre foot, but the biggest turnaround to that is instead of making 10 tons on our conventional, we make 14 and even 15 sometimes on the drip. So we're getting it both ways. We're saving on our inputs, but also increasing our revenue. So the yield increase on the alfalfa is considerable, I mean, it's 40 to 50%. We had an NRCS grant, and that was the first time that we used Netafim, and I could tell a difference right away that the farm that had the Netafim in it, we weren't getting the root intrusion problems that we're getting on some other farms, especially the first one that was put in, and I was like, man, I wish we would have known about Netafim because we would have put that on the first stuff that we did. And if we have any new projects, I will use Netafim drip tape only because my personal experience is it performs better and it does not have the root intrusion or the clogging issues that some of the other tapes have. The legacy I'd hope to leave is just leaving the world a little bit better place, and so I have 3 daughters. I would love for them to walk in my footsteps. More importantly, I would just love for them to be happy, and that's the legacy that I'd like to leave.